Hey y'all, this is Coach Rose AJ along with Coach L Kelly. We are here today coming to y'all live. The weather here in Tacoma, Washington is just like fabulous, but we want to talk to y'all today about how we came up with Chit and Chat Warriors for Health and how we partnered together to bring you this YouTube channel and podcast. So I'm gonna just start letting Miss Coach L Kelly holla about who she is, maybe about how we met and what we're looking for to be of service, or how we can be of service to women that are over 50 in the future. So I don't want to do all the talking. So Coach L Kelly, you take it away, my friend. Take it away.
Thank you, Coach Rose AJ. Let me just say, first of all, I'm so excited that we're doing this. This is our first official podcast. And I know people say, I'm so excited. I really mean it. I'm really excited. Our story, we're both coaches and for health and wellness, and we met in a coaching training. And we both, and just talking about our stories, about our own health and wellness, being both women over 50, just vibing that way. We just had this natural connection in our journeys. And so I'm excited that we started this podcast to basically share those journeys with other people, to talk about, what has worked for us for weight loss, improving our health overall. There's a lot of things that we go through, women over 50. I have my fan on me right now, so I'm not trying to be Beyonce here, as you see the hair blow. But that is those are just some of the things that we go through. So just, I'm really excited to talk to this demographic in particular because it's us, it's us. And so just talking about how we've been successful with weight loss for me, it's encompassed a lot of things. It's been a lot of stop-start. It's been a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that I've been through in my journey of health and wellness. And so being a learner, but also an educator, I can't wait to share, what that journey has been. And hopefully we're able to help other women, understand what we've done and what's been successful for us. For me, it's been a mix of everything. Intermittent fasting, getting rid of sugar, dare I say, that, getting rid of sugar, just eating better, exercise, just all of the things. It doesn't sound sexy, but it really is. When we put it all together, it really is a sexy thing. And we can be sexy over 50. So definitely I'm excited that we have this format here. And I'm hoping that we're able to let our listeners know that, they're not alone in some of the things that we go through, whether it's, menopause, weight gain, just tiredness, anything that you're going through that you feel like it's, keeping you from experiencing where you want to be. I hope that we can add some insight and some value there based on our own journeys as coaches. And so that's what I'm hoping for here. So I'm really excited. I have to say that.
So I don't know if you know, but I had my mic on silent because, girl, I was like, yes. So I didn't want to give too much feedback on that. Coach L Kelly, who are you? How did you get to this place to where we were in a cohort together to become a coach with life and wellness and health coaching? What brought you to that point?
Right.
Would you like to share a little bit of background information about that?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me, health and wellness has always been a focal point in my life for various reasons. I'd say that, I always have this vision of how I want to be and then not quite doing it. And I think that getting into this coaching program not only educated me, but, as I learned new things and new ways of being in my lifestyle, this is what is motivating me to want to help others. For me, it's always been a mix of, just food has always been this kind of comfort for me, right? That emotional eating. And I'm not talking emotional eating due to some major scars. I'm talking emotional eating because of a major scar. I'm talking emotional eating because I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm bored. It doesn't, whatever that case is. And that's kind of been, just growing up a latchkey kid, spending a lot of time alone and on my own. And, not to date myself or age myself out, but I remember, maybe like 11 or 12 going to the corner store, having $1. And I remember back at that time, that dollar could get you four things: a bag of potato chips, a candy bar, a soda, that type of thing. And being a latchkey kid and not really having, that person around saying, you eat this way or you eat that way. It's kind of always been a struggle for me, to be honest with you. And I kind of, at this stage in life, I feel like when you're over 50, it's like a second opportunity. It's an opportunity to kind of do things that maybe you never thought were possible. I want to shake this. I wanted to deal with this emotional eating, be the best version of myself. And I feel like now is the perfect time to do that. So that is what led me into, the coach training, where I met you, just the lovely Coach Rose AJ. I just love you to death. And then you and I got to talking about our own journeys and just can really relate to each other. But yeah, that is what brought me here. Just my own relationship with food, with, and sugar, sugar addiction. I think that's a thing, right? It was for me. And so just being able to conquer that and some of the changes that I made has been amazing. If you ever told me that this was possible before, I would have thought that you were crazy, because I just thought that's just the way it's going to be. I'm addicted to sugar. But in all fairness, sugar is in all of our foods. It's in everything. It's not like if you're, an alcoholic or anything like that, you just don't have that thing around. We have to eat. You have to have food. We have to have food in the house, right? So I was like, I want to be able to conquer this and be able to deal with those things and just be the best version of myself on this side of 50, because even though we're 50, we don't have to look 50, right? Like we want to feel as good as we did, maybe even better than we did in our 20s, because I think in our 20s, we kind of take that health for granted and we just think that is what it is. We're gonna, this is, we don't have to worry about these things. I think now I'm being more intentional in my journey of health. So I hope that answered that question.
That did. Thank you so much. You are just gotten me psyched up, girl. Psyched up. So I'm just going to piggyback on what you said about the anti-aging. Because we're over 50 doesn't mean we have to go downhill or just throw it all in, right? And the second half of our lives hopefully will be better than the first half because of our wisdom, education, life experiences, whatever we want to chalk it up to. And so I'm just going to share a little bit of my story with the audience today. Meaning in 2018, I had just turned around 50 or so, 51, going through, the perimenopause, thought I was crazy. I chucked my 23-year career in the garbage because I was a correction officer. And I vividly remember God telling me that if I did not exit the career, that I would spend the next 7 years trying to get to my 30-year retirement in a deep depression. So I just threw it all away, because at that point I had hit rock bottom with my eating, my emotion, my mental wellness and all that. I was just going through the daily changes. And what is it all for? Yada, yada, yada. The long story short, I decided to take a 5-year hiatus from actual employment. So with that decision, I didn't have to, but I chose to cash in my retirement. We had already paid off the house, but I didn't want to be obligated to work. So I chose to cash in my future finances for right here and now to take care of myself. And so my mission right now is to help women that are over 50 years old to realize that even if they are at rock bottom, so long as they're breathing, they have an opportunity to take care of themselves, right? To take care of themselves, and that they don't have to cash in their future finances to take care of themselves today. That with a little bit of guidance and support, that they too can get out of whatever quandary or turmoil that they're in. And mine, for me, I was always food obsessed, and I didn't realize that I was truly addicted to food, truly addicted to sugar. That once I learned, it still took about 2.5 years for me to get through the learning curve and understand that certain foods I could never touch, because I'm not an abstainer. I'm not a moderator. I'm a true abstainer. So like an alcoholic or a drug addict, as I always say, that there are things in our chemistry that certain people can never touch. And I'm one of those people. It was through experimentation. And just like Coach L. Kelly, she can probably eat things that I would never be able to touch because of that vicious cycle sending me back into the turmoil that I left behind. So we're pairing here to bring you 15 to 30-minute conversations on the weekly And we're going to use our life experiences. We're going to use our education to kind of, share in this journey with women that are over 50. But hey, if you're 35 years old, girlfriend, or 40 years old, it might do you some good just to listen in every now and again. And just to give you a really quick heads up, the format about these talks, they're going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on podcasts. But this is the gist. Although Coach L. Kelly and my nutritional preferences are probably polar opposite, I am very meat-based. And Coach L. Kelly, do you want to share what your dietary preference is?
I'm pescatarian. So we are polar opposite.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah. But where our worlds really combine, other than us meshing together really well in the course of study that we've been in, and we're awesome coaches. I'm going to toot the horn for both of us, okay?
Toot toot.
Going to toot the horn for both of us, is that our basic foundation where we can mesh and agree on is intermittent fasting. And I can attest to it working with a meat-based or ketogenic protocol. And Coach L. Kelly can attest to it working with a pescatarian protocol. So what we're going to feed into is that we're going to bring you a good news segment every week. So there's always got to be something good happening in the world. And then secondly, we'll have a main body topic that we'll be talking about, and we'll be shooting the breeze back and forth. And you might hear a doorbell like just now. I think my coat is being delivered, my winter coat.
That's important.
And I have a dog over here, and I know Coach L. Kelly has a dog, or you might hear kids in the background. It's life. I'm a grandmother, and my girls are over here all the time. And so I did want to say that everybody has the opportunity to win in life. Everybody has the opportunity. All right. So is there anything that you would like to close out with, Coach L. Kelly? Maybe other than that we're talking about intermittent fasting next week. Is there any words of wisdom or any?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate how excited that I am that we're doing this. And I hope that we have kind of an interactive audience. So even though we will have these planned topics that we want to discuss, we're women, we're in this demographic that we're talking about. So we know a lot of those topics, but I surely hope that, anyone who wants to, just email us or just get in touch with us, know what you'd like to hear as well. We want to just make sure we're covering things that people really want to hear about week over week. It's really excited to do this.
Thing. If you guys email us anything at all, and if Coach L. Kelly or I don't know the actual answer to it, I am such a researcher, and so is Coach L. Kelly. I will go to the ends of the earth to find out the answer. And this is the thing, we're going to link to how to connect with us in the show notes. And if there's like any random facts that I'm sharing with you guys that are actual facts and not just funny things, I will link that wherever I got the source from on Google or whatever book. And we'll also be discussing books on health and wellness, or something that's pertaining to aging, or even like grandma life or dog life or whatever we want to call it, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I want to say thank you for tuning in to our first episode of Chit N, with the N, not the N. Chit N Chat Warriors for Health. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys.
Hey.
Bye-bye.